Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's great to be with you this Tuesday morning, October 15th, 2024. We get together most weekday mornings at this time to talk about strategies, tips, techniques, share success stories, and support each of you. Please remember we have two different sets of Zooms. We have these morning ones at 8 o'clock Central, more so focused on our distribution partners and prospective distribution partners. And we have a whole nother set of Zooms designed for potential participants. And those are held multiple times per day, of course, at different times. So with today's topic, we're going to talk about custom landing pages. But in addition to that, we're going to start with talking about the setup of your sales organization. So if you feel more comfortable calling yourself an educator or a facilitator, you can pick whatever title you want. But the truth is, you're paid based upon managing, and overseeing a sales organization. So that's really where the rubber hits the road. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can relabel it so it feels better to you. But you're running a sales organization because we're doing the fulfillment, we're doing the implementation. Together, what we're doing is building financial literacy for small business owners and increasing their access to capital. So that's the big picture. But what you do, AJ, and what you do, Alethea, and what you do, Bill and Doug and Eric and Frederick and Greg and Jeanette and 417 of you on this morning, you're building and managing a sales organization. So what I thought we should do is step back and look at that for a moment and best practices. So what I've seen a number of you do is divide your organization into two different divisions. And I'm curious how many of you are doing this. We have Queen on this morning. I know Queen's got several deals coming in this week. Queen, are you approaching it similar, where you have one part of your organization that's focused on outreach, in other words, lead development, and then a different division, a different group of people that's focused on conversions? Or do you think it's better to have the same group of people on your team doing everything? Because again, you're running, every one of you, Romeo, Sanya, Kenya, all of you, Jeff, you're running a sales organization. Now, maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm a one-person show. Well, we need to stop thinking that and stop acting like that. You're never going to be able to reach large-scale volume as a one-person show. You should be, in our opinion, the CEO, the manager, the director, and then we need to have people that are out working for you, growing your sales organization. However, you need to make a decision. Do you want the same group of people that's developing the leads to also be closing the leads, or do you want to divide the two? Now, some of you are affiliates, not white label partners. So if you're operating as an affiliate, then all you do is number one. You're actually number one. So if you're an affiliate, you're using our standard landing page. All you do is number one, drive people to your landing page. Then we have other people that are the closers. But if you're a white label partner, like many of you, then you're responsible for both areas. And my question to you is, how are you approaching it? Are you having one set of people, a team that's your outreach team? And then do you have a different team that's doing the conversions? Just curious how you're managing your sales organization. Now, if you come back and say, whoa, this is above my head, I didn't know I was managing a sales organization. Well, it's time to realize that, right? As an affiliate, all you do is create outreach and you make $1,000 a pop. Not a bad side income. If you're a white label partner, you're making about 10 times that, right? By managing the whole sales process. So does everyone understand that you're managing a sales organization? If you're just an affiliate, it's just number one. If you're a white label partner, you're doing numbers 1 and 2. Does that make sense to everyone? If you have any questions, comments, concerns, type it into the Q&A. It's like a chat box at Zoom. So we need to be thinking about how you, as the CEO of your business, is building and managing your sales organization. And if you're not giving thought to that, you're probably not going to be as successful as you would be if you manage. All right, so with that being said, a landing page, in my opinion, is a very important part of what to do with the outreach. So the outreach is, of course, creating awareness, either with an individual, a group of individuals, with key referral partners, churches, chambers, so forth. But what do you do once outreach has been created? We recommend driving them into your landing page. There are two types of landing pages, aren't there? There's the standardized, which is what our affiliates use. Looks just like this. There's a different code at the end, which makes it unique to them. But there's the standard. But most of you want the personalized landing page. So let's dig into the personalization of your landing page for your outreach, leading to more conversions. So there are three main areas of personalization. And do we charge for these landing pages? No. The landing page is not fee-based, and we'll make the edits for you. So we don't have a logo here as much as an image, but this is typically, if we're doing a personalized landing page for you, here is where your logo would be. If you don't have a logo, we can create a logo for you, or we can just use this image. But that's the first point of personalization. So we need to have your logo so we can put it on your personalized version. The second is the background image. And you can come up, you could have a picture of you could have a picture of you and your staff, you have a picture of your car instead of my car. It's up to you, but then the background image is the second element of personalization. But the biggest is neither of those. The most important is the automation behind it, because once a lead is submitted into the system, there's follow-up activity. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because I don't know that all of you are aware of that, and we can personalize the automation. So let's talk about that a bit more. Before we get to that, you'll see an asterisk here. So several of you are requesting multiple landing pages, and that makes sense, right? Take Alethea. She's, if I understand correctly, Alethea is developing a sales team, right? Because that's what professional sales organizations have. It's not one person, it's a sales team. So most of you should either have sales reps, or we need to start putting sales reps on your team, because the more sales reps you have, the more sales you have, and the more sales you have, the more money you make, right? So if you don't have sales reps, we need to start working on that pretty soon. And so we could create, no charge, a unique landing page for each of your sales reps. Well, why would you want that? For tracking, right? Because if assuming that you're paying your sales reps based upon performance, and you want to be able to measure their performance, so yes, we can provide multiple, for every one of your sales reps, we can provide a unique landing page that has unique link, so you know where the deals are coming from. Also, and I think it was AJ that mentioned this, is that he wanted unique landing pages for his referral partners. And that's absolutely brilliant, right? So let's say that you're working with a chamber or a church or a business organization or an accountant, where you're getting referrals from a loan broker or an MCA broker. Having their logo, whomever that referral partner is, at the top is going to create more trust and more interaction by the sphere of influence that they're referring in. So again, at no cost, we can develop multiple landing pages for you, one for each of your reps, one for each of your referral partners, so forth. But certainly from the referral partner perspective, having unique landing pages would make all the sense in the world, so it can be branded to them. All right, so automation. Let's talk about automation. We'll just go ahead and show the rest of the page. So we were talking about that there's three elements of personalization to the landing page: the logo, the background image, and then the automation. So let's talk about the automation. So we will build in, no cost to you, of course, text messages that are going out to your prospects. So you're managing your sales organization. We're providing the back office services, right? So your sales organization is out creating awareness, community awareness, prospecting, outreach, whatever you want to call it. And then we should be driving in. So let's even add a note, driving prospects into your free landing page. And it could be one or multiple, depending on how we're doing pages. So we're going to work with you as we set up your personalized landing page to determine how often do you want communication going out. So let's break this down a little bit more and show, for example. And if we may, let's use Jeff, Mr. Walter. Can we use your recommended sequence? So if I recall, Jeff wants first communication 1 minute after enrollment. So it's spelled enrollment. So as soon as someone goes to Jeff's landing page, 1 minute afterwards, which is that's the shortest time delay we can have. 1 minute after, his prospect's getting the first communication, and it's coming to them via text to the number because they've approved, they've authorized that. So then Jeff's going to tell us, what does he want in that communication of that first? Does he want to send them some educational content? For example, we have that 2-minute overview video that we'll edit for you at no cost, so it's branded to you. That's what most of us, and Jeff, I believe, is using for the very first communication. Is when someone comes through his landing page, he's not trying to sell them anything. He's simply trying to educate them, and we have that 2-minute video. So the 2-minute video, let's add a note there. The 2-minute video has been very successful in providing a nice introduction. So that goes out 1 minute. So then we would ask, all right, so let's take Greg. Greg's one of our biggest hitters. So Greg, when would you like your second communication to go out to your prospects through your landing page? He might say, well, let's give it 15 minutes. Because we know there's a 2-minute video we're asking them to watch here. So it wouldn't make sense to send them another text 1 minute later. They haven't had time. So Greg might say, okay, let's wait 15 minutes. And now let's send them the agreement, a link to his DocuSign or Dropbox, however he's doing his e-signature. Because, I mean, they've come to the landing page. They've got a problem. Greg's got a solution. Each of you have a solution. We've refreshed them. We've educated them on how it works. Now let's go ahead and go for the close. Also, there could be other types of communication. Maybe let's say at 30 minutes, if they've not signed up, now you want a request to call. Because some people, they want to talk to a live person, right? They don't want just text. They want to talk to someone. So maybe if they've not signed up in 15 minutes, then at 30 minutes after the original submission, it says, hey, give us a call. Let's talk about your funding needs. There could also be a fourth communication, and maybe it is 60 minutes after the initial submission, and it's a link to a Zoom. Some of you are having your own educational, informational Zooms on a frequent basis. Some of you are having those 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day to be able to accommodate the growth. Of course, again, I respect, take Pearlie. Pearlie comes with years of experience, like Romeo. Romeo is another. Both Pearlie and Romeo have a ton of business development experience. They know how to build and manage sales organizations. They don't need this lecture today. But some of you don't have maybe the experience. And so we're talking about what are some of the elements that you need to be thinking about. Number one, maybe consider having two divisions of your sales organization: your team and your efforts to create awareness, to generate leads, and then your team and activities to close deals, conversions. We've talked about the landing pages that can be personalized in terms of logo, background image, and automation. We've said that we can have multiple landing pages, one for each of your reps, one for each of your referral partners, no cost to you, of course. And then now we're just giving some simple examples of the flow of communication that can be set up at no cost to you. It's what we provide. And so that way, when you have your lead, they go to the landing page and now they're getting multiple touches. And we might have another contact 24 hours afterwards, and then another one 48 hours afterwards, and maybe one week afterwards, and then 2 weeks. I mean, we can build whatever communication sequence that you want. We do that for free for you, but that obviously helps, because what's a general rule of marketing? A general rule of marketing is it takes 5 to 7 touches or points of communication before the average client will enroll. Well, great. Instead of you needing to hire someone or take your own time to do all of this, we can create an automated system. So, what questions, comments, concerns do you have? Corinthian, you're one of our more sophisticated business development partners. So, Corinthian, are you dividing your sales organization into 2 teams, 2 divisions? Corinthian, do you have one team that's doing the outreach and one team that's doing the conversions? Just curious. Same for you, Queen. We mentioned you earlier, and I know you're going to start bringing deals in this week. What is your approach, Queen? Are you dividing your team? And so, as I see Doug's response, and I think he feels that we're a little bit over his head. Don't feel like it's over your head. Just realize you are managing a sales organization. And for some of you, it may be a sales organization of one person. Well, we don't want to stay at one person, right? One person can't produce the amount of activity and the amount of volume that a team can. So you need to be thinking about building a sales organization. You may want to consider dividing them into lead developers versus closers. And then we need to make sure that we're supporting you with the landing pages that we've discussed. So with that, you can determine the frequency and the messaging. And of course, you don't have to recreate the wheel. We have what already works, but we can customize it as you would like. So if you don't have your landing page, everyone should have one of 2 landing pages. You should have either the standardized one, which is this. If you're essentially operating as just an affiliate, which is fine, then you should have a standard landing page. If you don't, give Madison a call after the Zoom today and say, hey, Madison, I'm following up. I need to make sure that I get my landing page. Because if you don't have a landing page, where are you driving your leads to? That's not a good system. We should be driving into either a standard landing page or a personalized one. If it's a personalized one, then we're going to ask you a bunch of questions, not to make your life difficult, but we need to know what's your logo, what's your background image, and then how do you want to set up the automation. Okay, so what can we do for any of you? If you're not good at number 1, then you won't be converting, you won't be making money. So if conversions is not your thing, you just want to go talk to people and generate leads, that's fine. That's what we'd call the affiliate role. All you do is create awareness, drive into your standardized landing page. You make $1,000 a pop, not a bad side income. If you're willing to generate leads and close deals, now you're what we call a white label partner. And so as a white label partner, you set your own pricing. So let's take AJ. AJ's out there closing deals. So AJ could have a whole team of affiliates that are doing the awareness building, driving into AJ to close. So if you're a good closer, the income that you can make is exponential, because it's easy to find people that'll go out and generate leads. there's more of a special skill set of those of you that are effective in closing. So you could run a sales organization and frankly not be good at either one of these, but there needs to be someone on your team, at least someone, maybe multiple people that are good at these things. But I see the point that Willie's making is, hey, if you're a good manager, you don't need to be good at any of these things. You can build a team that does outreach, you can build a team that does conversions, and you can make money and just manage the process. That's right, Willie. So who has questions, comments, concerns on this? Obviously, Madison's your main point of contact. Here's her phone number. Give her a call. If you don't have your landing page, whether it be the standardized one or the personalized one, what can we do for you? Because if you're looking at helping a lot of people and making income on a large scale, we need to start thinking about how you're managing your sales organization. And we probably need to start hiring reps. Now, reps could be purely on a commission basis, or maybe you pay them base pay. That's your choice. That's up to you. That's coming out of your organization's income. But just don't think you have to go it alone. This can be a very significant, larger scale project, but we need to think about the sales organization. We need to make sure you have your landing pages. And if you want a personalized landing page, we need to work with you to figure out the frequency and the messaging. Anything I can do to help any of you today? All right. Well, be sure to reach out to Madison if you don't have your landing page. We'll see you back tomorrow, and we will proceed forward. We're having a lot of enrollments in the Shelf Corps. It's hitting what the market's looking for. We have Dr. Smith out in Vegas. She's doing workshops in person, and she's enrolling multiple clients from every one of those workshops. So some of you that want to actually get out in front of people face to face, that's a gold mine. If you're not comfortable doing that, we can do Zooms. And if you're not comfortable doing that, just be a lead developer and we can have other people go close your deals for you if you need. But anyway, thanks everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Let us know what we can do to support you. Bye-bye.